How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody having a blessed Friday morning. Um, yeah, let's get into the recap. As you can see from the title, lost 1,000 today. Just on eval. Not really worried about it, but yeah, let's get into the overall bias going into Friday. We've just been choppy. Obviously, we had a bullish run yesterday, and we came up, came back down. But overall, just choppy price action, man. Like compared to all this, it's so choppy this month. This middle of the month. The beginning of February was pretty good, but yeah, man. Let's get into my analysis going into today. As you can see, we've just been, overnight or yesterday, the day before, overnight, just straight bearish. We had these. What was this today? Yeah, we've had these 4-hour gaps that we inversed going market open, and obviously my bias ended up flipping as I was looking for shorts on the 1 hour. We had these gaps. That was causing us to come lower, but we also had this 4-hour gap. This is where my bias kind of flipped, but I still had overall shorts going into market open. Let's see. On the 15-minute, we had all these gaps tapping in, coming lower. So let's get into the trade I did today. So the trade I ended up taking today was just a short due to so hard on the MacBook. We had this bullish run, market open. Boom, we flew past. I could have entered off this, but it just happened so fast. We had a small 1-minute inversion, changing the state, and we could have targeted these highs, these internal highs. These internal highs here, but I probably would have went break even after taking these highs. So it might have been a break even trade. But yeah, so after we've been respecting these 5 and 15-minute gaps, I saw this leg move down, this manipulation lower. I did get manipulated, as we did end up coming up higher, but I took the trade on the 30-second. I'll show you my confluence is going in. We respected this gap, came back lower. We had this full inversion on the 30-second, but the 1 minute still hasn't been disrespected. So that's another, mistake on my half, not looking at the higher time frames. But yeah, we had that inversion, pretty much entered off that 30-second inversion. I didn't wait for the full change in the state, and yeah, we ended up getting stopped out. I did have these targets lower, this previous liquidity down here that I wanted to target for a 3RR, but ended up getting stopped out. And okay, we've been respecting this gap, this 4-hour gap. We're also in a 5-minute rejection block, and we were also in this rejection block. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna look for longs now, and we came up here on a 2-minute. My entry going into this one was obviously this change in the state of delivery. Direction. Delivery, yeah. We had a change in the state here. On 1 minute, I think we had a 1 minute inversion. Yes, we had two actually. We have this inversion. We didn't close above, and I waited for the fully candle closure. Enter off the CISD. I guess my stop loss was just too high, as I just had this swing low as my stop loss. I had to go take a shit, so I just let this trade play out, but ended up getting stopped out when I came back. My initial targets going into this trade were gonna be, no, it was these highs, these relatively equal highs for like a 2R kind of. As you can see, in my MI play out still, but it just showed so choppy. And I guess my stop loss was in the right spot, but overall I just had no reason for it to come lower after changing the state. The gap here, I thought it was just from here just gonna continue to pump, but obviously we did not do that here, and so we got stopped out for 500 losses. So 500 on this trade, 500 on this trade, and I lost 1K. But it's okay. I took my two trades, took my two L's, and the max I could lose on the eval is 1,000. So, I'm stick to my rules and just go about my day. It's a Friday, blessed to be here, and just to wake up, not to get a trade and stuff like that. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great, amazing start to your weekend, and God bless everybody.